What's up, everybody? Appreciate you coming over as quick as you have. We're waiting for Jamal Crawford. Once he's available, we'll get started. Let's see. That's Manny. That's Sam, Brian, Barry. What's up, Dip? Good to see you. Still waiting. He's probably just walked away real quick.
What's up, brother? I know it's been
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know it's been trying, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I want to talk to Jamal, man. He's had an amazing year, man, and
Absolutely,
I've
yes.
I've learned a lot just from what I'm doing, but like what he's doing is on a completely different level, obviously. But to go from playing basically 20 years to not knowing what you were going to do the next morning you wake up to being rookie of the year covering basketball in the NBA on TNT. I think that's in itself a great story. He's got the crossover pro-am coming up this summer too. So we're gonna have that. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, and just seeing like how he's progressed and the way that he's handled the role on TNT has been amazing. Everybody can't make that seamless jump, and he has. So kudos and all the accolades that can be possible to him.
He's a
I can't
unicorn.
wait to hear y'all talk.
All right, so I sent him the link, and all we're doing is waiting for him to be able to pop up. So make sure that I should probably I just shared the link. I didn't really write a tweet this time. All right, what's life like in Chicago right now, Sam?
Life is great. The weather is good. Sun is shining everywhere, so we're on that cusp of summer. So, we're past a little bit of the rainy phase, but yeah, it's super good, man. And these games make it a whole lot better.
Yeah, no, I think they do. I'm also messaging the Amazon crew. Lots of work, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Lots of work.
when it comes to like the whole Draymond situation, it's gonna be very touchy because if they bring him back off the bench, oh my goodness, the noise and the disruption is gonna be at an all-time high.
You think so?
I do, because I mean, he gonna take to his podcast right after you get out the game.
Come on,
He's gonna.
that wasn't me. Did he just cut? He must have gotten a phone call. What's up, Jasmine?
Hey Chris, how are you?
I'm well. How are
Pretty
you?
good, pretty good. Had got some good news yesterday about the WNBA. So all smiles this way.
What'd you get?
Hmm?
Oh, you mean the Ion Television contract?
Yeah, that's a big
Oh, that's
deal.
just dope. Yeah, it's like it popped out and people are like, Ion, what is Ion? Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's
They
good. This is
know
good
they
news.
who said that? Katie, you know who I am. They know who Ion is. Everybody has Ion, whether or not you have cable. So all the negativity they were trying to spread, wasn't hearing none of it.
Yeah, I'm not hearing none of it either. What's up, Jamie? I see you down there. Manny, you don't need to put your hand up. We ain't doing nothing big yet.
Oh, okay. Nah, just just being cordial when it comes to the spaces. I always put my hands up. If I feel like it's a classroom. You know, you gotta let everybody else
I
talk,
feel
but
you.
that's just how it
That's hilarious. It's a classroom.
is.
Well, no. I mean, that's one of the things that when we first started all that time ago, we did that. Remember, Sam?
I definitely remember, but we've evolved so much past then. Because even on the whatever days, like it just turned into like everybody opened their mic and they just talked, and we just had free flowing. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard that on
Uh,
Imp the other day when I can't remember who it was, but I know Malika was on stage when they were all like arguing, and I feel like it had to do with the Sixers, unfortunately. But
yeah. Well, I mean, you can only argue so much about greatness, right?
uh, we'll save that for another time. I'm gonna be
Uh,
respectful today.
I feel you. I feel you. And always remember, it's always a great day for the Celtics to lose.
This is where I can get disrespectful. There's no way, no how that we are losing to the Atlanta Hawks. Sweet, please. Thank you.
You're
All right,
welcome. All right, ladies, we're joined by the great Jamal Crawford, NBA on TNT Rookie of the Year, and then he dropped. Yo, I am not winning today. Today's not winning. Winning is not in the cards for me. Hot damn.
stay positive,
Here we
Chris.
go again.
Stay positive.
It's all good. I so while we wait, my son, who's wicked smart, I've talked about him before. Uh, there's an eco science thing, and one of the team members is sick, and like so, three of the team members are begging the teacher to get Vincent because the team member that got sick, he had to do a speech. So like my son literally wrote a speech on plastic in the environment in like 20 minutes, and he's gonna kill it. So I'm hoping to be able to get this done so I can go catch it at about 2:30. All right, we're back. We got Jamal with us, ladies and gentlemen. NBA on TNT Rookie of the Year in NBA media. Personally, a Hall of Famer in my book. The man who rewrote the six man role, and also the man who has arguably the best pro-am in the crossover. Jamal Crawford is here with us. What's up, Mark?
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
I'm good. It's been a minute, but it seems like it was just yesterday because that's how fast the season is. But I got to tell you, man, I've enjoyed watching you on TNT all season long. First, that's where I want to go. But hey, you tell us, how is it, man? Like the playoffs on TNT? Did you ever see that? You got to be having a
Oh, I'm
ball,
having a
man.
blast. It's crazy, to be honest, bro, because this was like one of the first things I could remember. Like jumping on here, listening to you and listening to Q Rich doing his thing. And I had no like desire to be where I'm at. So it's a blessing. And then when I started doing like guest appearances and things of that nature, I got bit by the bug and I was like, man, this is dope, right? And like it's fun. And I love talking hoops with real people, that people that love to talk hoops. And I really feel like I'm just one of y'all just representing, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to do no high tech stuff. I'm trying to keep the game the main thing. And for me, I just always follow the game and go from there. But I'm having a blast, though. I appreciate that.
All right, yeah. No, I just wanted to go ahead and give you your flowers before we opened it up, and we'll get into a little bit more. You came in and we were talking Warriors and Kings, and I picked the Warriors in six because I thought what was going to happen is the Kings were going to race out in game one, and then Steve Kerr was going to realize that the Warriors have to get quicker, and that involved probably playing more pool with Steph, Clay, and Wiggins to try to match pace offensively. We saw that, I think, last night in game three. We already went around the room before. Do you believe the Warriors have a chance to even this up and win in 6 or 7? Or are you going to be on the Kings, train here? Because there's a lot of people hopping on this Kings
Now,
train.
I always thought coming into it, to be honest with you, I thought that the Warriors or the Suns would come out the West. And obviously, the Warriors had a chance to win either one of those games for the most part in SAC, but they've been who they've been the whole season. Like they're better at home. We know that. So hopefully they win this game. And then it's amazing how pressure changes, right? Because if you win 2 games, if you're the Kings, you're like, oh, we got them. Now, if you lose 2 games, you are supposed to win that game 5 at home. So the pressure is going to be a different pressure. And the Warriors have been there before. So they understand that part of it and how the pressure shifts and what they need to do. And then they'll feel like, oh, we can close out at home in 6, to your point. So I think they'll win this next game. And then from there, we'll see where it goes. But I thought the Kings were a little tight last night, to be honest with you. So imagine them in a game 5 where they're the hunted. They're supposed to win that game. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's exactly how I saw it. Is you have to win on the road, and I just didn't think that Sacramento defensively was going to stop Golden State. Like they can outscore them if they all hit their shots. Uh, Keeping on the Golden State thing, you take on Draymond, and we'll add in also Embiid and Harden from last night. You have a unique point of view here because not only are you, but you've played in multiple eras against multiple players. What is your take on what happened with Green and what was essentially a letter of the law ejection, and then Joe Dumars coming out with the explanation for a 1-game suspension. And then how do you, in your mind, view and compare that to what happened with Joel Embiid and Nick Claxton and then James Harden?
So for me, I think going to the Draymond situation first, was he wrong? Yeah, he was wrong. But for every action, there's a reaction. You can't say, like in life, okay, I'm gonna hit you with my hand, or and then somebody comes back and hits you with a rock. Like their instinct may naturally take over. We know that Draymond is that's him. He's a live wire. He's always ready to go. So for him at that moment, his instinct just took over. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but if he wasn't grabbed initially, maybe that doesn't happen at that point. But for the suspension, I honestly believe his reputation and what he did afterwards, after when they were trying to, the in between trying to figure out what happened with the crowd, I feel like that played a part as well. Don't forget, Commissioner Silver was right there as well. You know what I mean? So he's looking at this from a whole different
Yeah,
point
he
of
was
view.
watching.
Right. So I think that played a part in the suspension just as big as the actual, stomp, the A-Town stomp. I think, that played a part the same way.
If you're in the locker room, what do you do?
It depends on who you are. If you're a Steph Curry and Clay or Coach Kerr, Iggy, somebody who's been in those wars with him, you may have a different way of dealing with him. Iggy may be, more inclined to go say, hey, Dre, we need you. Steph may be upset. Like, man, I've seen this too many times. Clay may be like, you know what, Dre, do what you got to, so you just never know. It just depends on what point of view you see. I saw a younger player there shaking his head like, yeah, like, that's what he thought they needed, that kind of fight. So everybody has a different perspective in those situations.
I love it. You don't believe Atlanta or Brooklyn has any shot, right?
Not if I'm being honest. No, I don't believe that. Yeah.
Same with Minnesota?
Nah, not right now, because Cat has to show up. Like, he really has to show up. And I was with Cat in Minnesota the year we went to the playoffs, and that was kind of the fill on him then. Like, people were, around the club were a little bit upset because, like, yo, take over. You're an all-star now. At that time, he was just an all-star. But, I think Anthony Edwards, I think, is his team. I really believe he's kind of, grown to that level. And he's him having Mike Conley has helped his growth, because he didn't need another guard that was close in age that he may feel, or they may feel like, I'm still trying to establish myself. Mike Conley knows who he is. He's going to help Anthony Edwards grow. He's going to say, nah, young fella, see that right there? Okay, you can get your shot here, but you can get him a shot there. I think that kind of, mentorship and veteran leadership is what he needs. And I feel like they need Cat to grow. But with Jamal Murray stepping up the way he is, we've been saying, who's Denver's second star? Now that he's balling like that, it may be over for Minnesota.
All right, so that leads me into the West, like, because I think, like you, I see Golden State or Phoenix. Who beats Denver then? Because, like, it's got to be one of those two. So, like, I worry that Denver is good enough to beat these two teams in terms of Golden State, or Phoenix, but I don't think they're good enough to say beat Milwaukee if Giannis is healthy, or even Philadelphia if Embiid and Harden are healthy. So what are your takes on that? And then we'll probably bring in some people for questions, because I know we already took 30 minutes of your time with some technical
that
well,
I'm good.
Sure.
I'm good.
You good?
I'm not
okay,
tech savvy, so when I finally got it figured out, I had to go to Spaces and get it right. But I'll be ready for the next one on the other set for sure. But yeah, to answer your question, see, I think Phoenix and Golden State can beat Denver, to be honest with you. The thing about them is both those teams have vets, and those vets are playing a different game. And they're going to put, Joker in a million pick and rolls. They're going to put him in a million off-ball actions. They're going to try to wear him down. They're going to, be selective when they run. Obviously, when you get to Denver, you're not going to run quite as much. That's to their advantage. So little nuggets like that, I believe, can play into those two teams, and especially with them being who they are. Like, their grit, their metal. Phoenix hasn't been through this together yet, but they're figuring it out. And I think for them, as they continue to advance further, their vision will be more clear of how they want to play. Okay, we're going to KD the first and fourth quarter, but Book, you got to carry us the second and third. CP, pick your spots. So however they want to do it, I think it'll be a clear vision for them as they continue to advance.
And you saw that last night, and earlier in the show, I had made this statement, like, we've been waiting for Devin Booker to beat Devin Booker, it seems like forever, right? Has Devin Booker arrived? And is it because you have arguably the most plug and play greatest offensive individual in Kevin Durant opening this up? Like, is this emergence of Devin Booker uh, basically unstoppable? Because like I'm watching it last night, and I agree with you. Golden State Phoenix are going to come out, but I'm watching last night, and I'm seeing Kevin Durant, kill the mid range and get defensive attention, and nobody's able to stop Booker. And then when they try to go to Booker, then they can't stop Kevin Durant. And then when they try to double Booker and shade help to Kevin Durant, and then you got Chris Paul with the pick and roll with DeAndre Ayton, and then he's always open for three. That's tough. And they don't have campaign. Why am I not picking the Suns to win all the way?
Because they just got together, and you're like, you know what? They're not battle tested together yet. That has to be the only reason. Because if you think about it, right? Devin Booker arrived when they went to the finals. But right now, he's able to play in space. He's able to play where you can't double team him. You can't do anything with him. And if he is struggling, if he is, say he has 35, but they locked down the last two possessions. Oh, KD, here, take it. And KD, he deserves a ton of credit because KD is one of the best players ever, but he allows others to play. He's not trying to get in the way of Devin Booker. He's not saying, I'm Kevin Durant, come to take over your team. I'm Kevin Durant. I'm here when you need me. And I'm still Kevin Durant. I'll make this look as effortless as anybody's ever played basketball without disrupting your flow. That's a special mentality, and that's a special character to be like, you know what? I'm going to play my game, but I'm not going to affect your game. Matter of fact, I'm going to empower your game. If you need me, I'm here. So that's just amazing. I think that's why they'll take off because Booker is hitting his stride, but KD's not getting in the way of that.
All right. Any hope out west for any team not named Boston or Milwaukee? I mean, out east.
If there is one, it's Philly, but I still think Boston and Milwaukee are the favorites. I think both of those guys can beat Philly because as much as Embiid is just going off this year, and he'll win MVP, I'm pretty sure. But I still, and Tyrese Maxey's had a heck of a year, I still think you need, at some point, you're going to need 30-point, 9 assist James Harden and not 13-point, 10 assist James Harden. And as it gets deeper, it gets harder. And I just don't see that right now.
Yeah, I don't see that either. All right, if you guys want to come up to get some questions, we'll be bringing y'all up in about 2 to 3 minutes. I guess we'll go ahead and also address the Doc Rivers thing. I watched The Old Man and the Three, your appearance with JJ. I had to say, as a Duke guy, JJ doesn't seem to be that bad. I'm not a Duke fan, but I might have to shake his hand if I ever meet him.
I'm not a Duke fan either, so don't worry about it. I just like JJ and Grant, and Paolo, of course. That's it.
So the Doc Rivers comments caught me off guard, but only because he said it in public. I have my own view of Doc Rivers. You see on Twitter, I say he's a great coach, and that's a truth, right? Like he's been here for 20 years. He's won X amount of games, fourth most winningest playoff coach in NBA history. I always felt though, if for me, like I just disagreed with one point of his coaching philosophy, and it comes into always trusting the players a bit too much. And then he comes out and says we weren't going to win anyway because the team itself didn't like each other. I took that as a betrayal, for me, right? So I can only imagine the reaction of the players, and I wanted to give both you and JJ some credit here because, like, that was a very open and personal moment that you guys allowed us to witness. So first, kudos to both of you. Is there anything else after extra time, just thinking about it, hearing about it, that you've come to realize or think?
No, I feel exactly like it was because the thing that I think is special about podcasts and special about what you do and special about some of the platforms out there is this real talk. Like it's not like I'm trying to guard anything. It's not like I'm talking like it's just me and him and you guys are flies on the wall. And so that's exactly how I felt. I felt the way when Doc said it, but I was just kind of like trying to put it in perspective. I'm like, well, maybe there's more to it. But from my standpoint, we always said you win as a team and lose the team. And I feel like when he said that, it was almost like he was separating himself from us or distancing himself from us. I'm like, well, damn, I thought we was all in this together. Like, if you're the coach and you felt like that, I couldn't tell then, but if you felt like that, like you didn't believe we could win, and hold on, you're not only the coach, you're the GM. If you feel like that, why didn't you make the moves that you were making? But it's cool. It's just like, dang, I would have never came out and said, "Oh, Doc's the reason we lost." I've never said that in my life, and I've never said Chris was the reason or I was the reason. It was all of us because we're all wearing that jersey. It's not we're not playing an individual sport. Like we're in this together. And the fact that you came out and said that, it was disappointing. Like it really was. And I would never, if that comment is never made, I would never come out on TV and say, "Yeah, when we lost, man, 8 years ago, we never had a chance because Doc wasn't gonna get it done." Like I would never have said that. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
And kind of
Right?
how it was for all of us. And so it was just like that was real talk. And I'm not holding a grudge. I think Doc was fun to play for. I think he's a great coach, but I just didn't like how it was like the separation when we're supposed to be family and in this together. That part bothered me.
Yeah, I agree. And the issue that I had with Doc is that this is always to me how it ends with him, and the detachment of accountability is heavy sometimes if you
Yeah,
get
and
my
that's the
meaning.
one word, not to cut you off. See, that's the one word. If you go
Yeah,
back and look at it, or if anybody watches it that didn't, I said that's the one word that keeps popping in my head: accountability. Like even Kevin Durant last night was talking about his other, stops in OKC and Golden State, and it had nothing to do with Doc, but he was like the coaching staffs there made sure our culture was right. They made sure we got along. They made sure he gave his coaches a ton of credit, and I'm like, well, that's what I always thought. Like I coach kids now, if they're not getting along or something's not right, that's on me to fix. That's on me to get together. It's on me to try to pull them in the same direction. That's what Doc was brought there for, right? Like the Mbutu and how he brought everything together in Boston. Like that's what he's brought there for. So to say, oh, they weren't going to win, we weren't going to win, or whatever, like it threw me for a loop.
all right. So one basketball question that's not related to any of this: who wins the 3-point contest in that Clippers locker room? Is it you or is it JJ?
To be honest with you, I think if we're just sitting down like shooting at the facility, I think JJ. I think JJ can get hot and he can, get hot. But I think if it's circumstance and like, okay, you have to squeeze off a shot with no time on the clock and we have to make this out of nothing, I think I can win that.
All right, I love it. I love the right answer. All right, I'm going to bring some people up to get some questions in, and the first person I'm going to let go, he's getting married this weekend. So I'm going to let him
We
sneak
got
in
to
here
show him some
because
love. Got to show him some love.
yeah, if his future wife found out that he is abdicating the responsibility that he's supposed to be doing right now, my word. Justin, go ahead, hop in here and get out of here.
Hey, thank you so much, Chris. A dope show today for HoopSpaces, Jamal Crawford. It's an honor to just speak to you because you've been one of my favorite players and everything. I know I got to catch the run. Check out the YouTube on HoopSpaces. We got a lot of dope content creators. My question for you, Jamal, is who's going to be your all NBA team in terms of guards? Because it's been like a year where like a lot of guard play was really phenomenal. So.
Oof, 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 oof. Give me who you voting for. Give me some names so I can try to decipher from there. There's a
Yeah,
lot of good ones.
my first team. I have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
My second team, I had Luka Doncic and De'Aaron Fox, and then my third team, I have Damian Lillard and Drew Holiday.
Okay. I like your first team. I think SGA for sure is there. Donovan Mitchell. I like that one too. Luca, I may be inclined to put somebody like Fox over. Maybe it's just the feel I have right now, but I'm looking at what he's done, then being third in the West, him being, one of, if not the best clutch player in the league. I would probably have him on that second team. But I like Donovan SGA for the first team.
For sure, for sure. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jamal.
No,
Great stuff.
Congratulations, man.
yeah,
Man,
congrats, man.
appreciate it, man. I'll let everyone else ask questions, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Y'all have a blessed one.
No doubt.
All right, be safe, man. I'm not gonna lie. SGA's on my second team.
You
Not
got him on
gonna lie.
second team? Oh,
Yeah,
who's over
man.
him?
For my first team, I have Donovan Mitchell and Steph Curry.
I ain't gonna ever argue against Steph. But SGA was balling. He was balling. He was balling. But no, I'm not arguing against that.
Oh yeah, he is. But and a lot of people think I hate OKC and
Oh,
SGA. I
okay. Well, you gave
don't.
me some backstory. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, I get.
Yeah, a lot of people think that. Yeah, they think I
I think
hate.
they may be ranked. Okay. No, I'm
Oh.
joking.
You might, I'm not. So this is what happened, right? Like somebody had made a comment about SGA, and I'm sitting here like, look, I love him. He's hyper efficient. All I want him to do is take 3 to 4 3-pointers per game. That's it. Like that's all I want, and I don't think that's too much to
So
ask.
that
That's just
I mean, but he's getting 30 a night. And he's doing it in such a way, like we give Luca a ton of credit, we gave Harden a ton of credit. We got to give SGA credit in the sense that he's in control of every possession. Like his pace is so you can't bother him. He's so unbothered when he plays that he always sees things clear because he's going in that slow motion. So he may not shoot the threes you want, but he's giving everything else. And I got to give a shout out, to my guy Q Rich. He just had a birthday. Number one, number two, we talk about me in the media space, and I'm gonna always scream this till the end. I could never, ever, ever be in this space without him because I wasn't even thinking this. Like I was thinking on some GM front office stuff, and he was like, "Mom, man, just do this with me. I'm telling you, you'll like it, you'll enjoy it." And he's the reason I got in this media space. So everything that ever comes out of this started with that dude, and I just want to appreciate him
hey, yeah, big up to
for
Q,
sure.
man, and he's still doing
Oh,
Hooper's
he's
Vision
killing it.
too.
He's killing everything. And he's still
Yeah,
somebody I call for advice. Like, yo, what you think about this? How do I handle this? Like he's it's crazy because we're the same age, but he's a mentor for me in the space, and I couldn't be here without him. So I thank him every single day that I get a chance to for that.
is the league softer because there aren't as many people like Q?
If I'm being honest,
Like,
without no hate,
yeah,
yes, it is. You got to have guys like that. You got to have vets. You got to have guys where winning and losing means something. You got to have guys that are going to hold you accountable. I think that word right there, accountability, it crosses everything. It crosses sport. It crosses life. Like accountability, you have to have that. And shout out to my guy Cliff Averill in the building, Seattle Seahawk, one of the greatest there in Seattle, doing unbelievable things in the community as well. His son plays as well for the Rotary program.
all right. Let's get some more questions because there's a whole rack of hands, man. I ain't gonna lie. We'll go to Jasmine Harper. Jasmine Harper, social media director of Winsider, ladies and gentlemen. Shoot her a follow to keep your WNBA news fresh on your timeline. That's how dope she is. Jasmine, what you got?
Hi Jamal, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Pretty good. I have two quick questions, but I'll make them quick.
No, go.
So with the current climate around the Lakers and Grizzlies right now, what's your take on their overall conflict? And can you give a comment about Dylan Brooks kind of antagonizing LeBron?
I love Dylan Brooks antagonizing LeBron because
Yes.
the greats, they're always looking to climb another mountain. Like there's always something else for them. And sometimes they need LeBron's already woke. Let's not be, fool. But it's gonna make him go to a whole different level. Like go back to why LeBron was hashtagging Wash King, because he heard the noise and that made him like, I'm gonna show y'all I can average 30 as a
Yeah.
38-year-old. So I love that he's poking that. And I also love the Grizzlies' fearlessness. To me, more than anybody else, any team, I believe, they've taken on the attitude of the city. Like you can tell they're in Memphis. Like they're really in the communities in Memphis from how they move and what they're doing. You can tell they can be on the playground, the barbershop, and somebody's like, man, you should do this. And they're going to do it in real games. So they're taking on that mentality. And I love watching them because they come with that swagger. Win or lose, I just love the swagger they got. And Dylan Brooks doing that, I think we'll see even better basketball from LeBron because of it.
Do you agree with them calling him a diet Draymond Green?
I ain't heard that one. That's what they said.
Yeah, Wendy went on Get Up in the morning and called
Yo,
him a diet Draymond Green.
Yeah, I ain't heard that one.
what?
But I think it's needed. I
That's
think it's
wild.
needed. Not
I
the
ain't heard that. What is
Yeah, I ain't heard that
crazy?
one. Uh, not the
That
diet
is
part,
wild.
but I think we need that villain, so to speak. It's not even villain. It's the no back down. I think we need that.
Mhm.
Think about Pat Bev. This guy's carved out careers with that, and guys that had success. So it's I like seeing it from the competitive standpoint because we've been so buddy buddy over the last however many years.
Gotcha. We don't talk about Patrick Beverly over here, but my last question.
Oh, my bad. I'm all wrong right now. Okay, my
Oh,
fault.
I'm sorry. I'm a Westbrook fan.
But they
Yeah,
even friends
yeah.
now, though.
I don't believe.
Are they?
I don't
I
believe
mean, they cool, right? They
that.
cool.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they
cool.
cool.
They
They
cool.
cool. I'm a Westbrook fan too, by the way.
Thank you, thank you. Last question is: I need you to attend a couple of WNBA games, bring a few friends. Like, can I get you to do that this season?
Oh, for sure. I went to one last year, but I'll definitely come to some more. I'm definitely going to Vegas to watch Candace, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna be on tour. I'm gonna go see something for sure. I love watching the WNBA, and because I coach young kids, and right now everybody's like, young kids, get in your bag, and they need 15 dribbles and 30 dribbles. I don't teach that, and one thing I take pride in is even though, I was a decent ball handler, I never was accused of over dribbling. And so for me,
Mm-hmm.
Decent.
yeah, so for me, yeah,
Decent.
decent. I was decent. So for me,
All
I
right.
always like to watch them because everything they do is crisp, it's precise, it's fundamentally sound. I'm trying to teach our young kids that as well.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Nah, thank you.
Yeah, listen to the yuck up here. Decent. Like, so
Decent.
are you not top 5 ball handler in NBA history?
I won't say I'm top 5, but I won't say there's 5 better than me. So however you want to
There you
word that.
go. I love that. That's a bar. Hey, what new music are you listening to before we get to another basketball question? Because for people who don't know, like Jamal is like a walking jukebox for hip hop, rap, R&B, soul, funk,
That's
all
what
that
Dwight
stuff.
Howard said. Can we get a verses?
Like, well,
Hey,
Dwight
I'm gonna
Howard
tell
is
y'all this,
different.
and I'm gonna have to put some video out. Every single Tuesday, this is no lie, and Shaq's a DJ. Every single
Yeah.
Tuesday in the back, that's where we had the most fun. We're picking like, all right, '90s genre, okay, uh, whatever, 2000s, just R&B, and we're having the verses the whole night. So that's really, and I got video of a lot of it. That's really like it's bringing back memories for me and him. Like it's dope because I may play a song in '96, around that time when he was going to the Lakers. He's like, oh, I ain't heard that song since LA. And he may play something that's crazy. So back and forth. I don't know. Right now, I'm not listening to one specific artist. I'm listening to everything. Mostly '90s though. I love '90s music. Stuff that's hidden. Souls of Mischief. It might be Outkast. It might be anything. So I'm listening to everything. And shout out to my brother, my big homie Jason Powell, the very best. At what he does. I ain't gonna put him on blast. The very best at what he does in the business. But he's a big homie. He's on the check-in. So, and his son
All
Aaron
right, there
Powell is
you go.
crazy good. You guys look out for him. Aaron Powell, Code out of California.
Aaron Pie. All right, put
Yeah.
the name on the board, y'all.
Aaron
We'll get
Powell.
some.
Yes, yes. Look, I promise you'll be hearing about him worldwide in another year or so. Aaron Powell. Look out for him.
All right, we're gonna go rapid fire for the questions, y'all. We got 1 o'clock coming up. We'll go to Malika. From there, we'll hit Manny, Pickup, and Bad Guy. We'll finish up with Sage, EK, Sam, and Unpopular. We'll try to cycle some people in and out. Thank you, everybody. Go ahead, Malika.
Hey, Jamal. And thank you for being here. I have 2 questions.
Of course.
And I'll be really quick. Um, and I would like to see Boston win the championship. If as long as they get by a semi-healthy Giannis in the Bucks. Yes, I said that, Manny. I'm still a Nets fan, but hey, I'm a Tatum fan as well. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
who like what is their best matchup for them to actually come out on top in the championship? And number 2, who is your lyrical hip hop goat? I'll leave it to those 2 and save my other questions for another time.
All right. The second one's harder than the first, but the first one, I like Boston coming out the East, and I like them because I understand Milwaukee had a level of dominance against pretty much everybody. But what I saw is Boston actually 2 games ago when they played each other. Go back 2 games. There was no Tatum. There was no Brown. There was no, like, 4 starters were out, and they took Milwaukee to double overtime. Okay. Fast forward to the last time they played. And I know it's the regular season. And somebody's going to say, oh, they played 5 games in 7 days. Now, when you're a player, that energy in those games, it comes out. You're not worried about how many games you just played or how many games are in front of you. You're locked into that game because you know the bigger picture when you guys play each other. So with that being said, Boston sent a message to Milwaukee. And what I saw was, I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. Boston plays Milwaukee. I think Boston wins that series. And then I'm hoping that Boston and Phoenix, both teams being healthy, can play in the finals because I think that'd be explosive for everybody. And you'll start seeing chess moves. You'll see Tatum. You'll see Durant. You'll see Booker. You'll see Brown. You'll see all these great players. And I think that will be like a championship that we all need to see. It won't be like when No disrespect, Malika. It won't be like when Boston played Brooklyn last year, and it was how it went down. I think Monty Williams does a better job of moving pieces around and getting guys in position where Kevin Durant's not doing fourth quarter moves in the first quarter where he's wore out.
And then the lyricist, we got to get the lyricist, man. Like I know you don't want to, you don't want to say it. Like you're
Mine
getting
is
names.
Nas and hands down, but I'm curious of what your and I'm not offended by your comments in the Nets. We know our Nets fans know who we have. Who we have.
Oh, you might have gotten a phone call. All right, we'll keep it. We'll keep it moving. When he pops
Yeah,
back, there he is. All right,
I
you
think,
back?
and I think you got me. Okay,
Yeah,
and
we
I
got
think
you.
Jay-Z is the best because he can transcend time, and so to speak, and he has so many different styles, and he's just a level of depth and smartness to him. So I hope I answered those three, but I think if I had to pick one, it'd be Jay-Z for the total package.
Nas is the GOAT,
And
and I'm
not,
done.
but Malika, Nas, I'll say this: Nas, when he rapped like he went to Africa and came back and told us what it was like when nobody went. Like Nas is something different. So he's in my top
I'm
five.
blickety black because I'm black.
No, he's not bliggity blacking. Nas is a poet. But when you look at his whole catalog, I'm not sure you could put him in the GOAT. Because to me, there's always only one GOAT. There's greats, but there's always one GOAT. And I'm not sure he can cover all bases.
Yep, he's mine. But I love you, Jamal.
Love you too, Malika.
I
You know
appreciate
it.
you.
Yeah, don't worry, Jamal. You right. She's just a
See,
non-fan. You
she
know
wasn't
how
even wearing
Nas fans
Rockaware
are.
when they got in the beef. She was so mad. I know how Malika was getting down.
I like Z. I just I'm a
Mm-hmm.
Nas
That's
person,
all right.
and I know he has some bad some bad LPs, but I still ride with Nas. This lyrical skill is just too up there for
And
me.
you know what you did? I see you separated when you said just lyrical skill. You didn't say the total, like, you know. Uh,
See, I know
Yeah.
how to ask the
okay,
question.
all right. You
I
pointed towards you.
understand.
It's good.
Hey, you know what? You know what, Jamal? If you ever want to turn the tables on her anytime, you can just start asking her questions about reggae.
Ooh, okay.
That's a
I'm gonna
bag,
keep
yo.
that one in the
She
chamber. All right.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on. Thank you, Malika. Let's go to bad guy. We'll get bad guy out the way.
Get me
Uh,
out the way. It's
yeah, because you
crazy.
can get wild, bad guy. Like
All
I
right,
have
all right,
no
all right.
idea what you gonna say, and I don't know
I
if I need to
know.
Well,
I
his
burn
love
nickname
you.
being
is his name is
unpredictable.
Bad Guy. We know he's bringing
Yeah.
something.
Hey, I'm a
Oh,
good guy, man.
see,
I'm a good guy.
Jamal, you don't know. This is one of the dudes in the nighttime spaces. He comes in there and he'll drop a bomb, and the whole room turns, man.
All
What
right.
do you
Bad Guy.
got,
What
bad
mode
guy?
you in, bro? What you got?
I'm always in a good mood. So, first of all, I appreciate you as a person. You're a very humble person. I see what you're doing for the community all the time, even just being in here. And also, was one of my favorites with the styles and the handles and the moves. I always practice your move. But I want to know what you think about like this, right? I want to see you in the Hall of Fame, bro. You got what, almost 20,000 points? That's the first ballot Hall of Fame. But what is it? Because you ain't a European like Tony Kukoc or Manu Ginobili, man. I mean, how can we get the six man represented in an All Star game? Because, like, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of good six men is balling, but like, they can't. Can we get like a designated six man spot in the All Star? And then, want to follow up with my man Rodney. I know you know Rodney. He works over there with you. He got a shitty ass jump shot. Don't don't try to help him with his jump shot. Help him with the handles because his jump shot cannot be
It
helped.
broke. It's broke.
Hey, hey, you off the hook.
It's a broke shot.
Bad Guy, you off the hook. But no, the first part, I appreciate you. Thank you so much because when I came in, it wasn't cool to play like I play, and I
Exactly.
like I wasn't gonna conform. I was like, you know what? I waited my whole life to play like this. I mastered my flow. That's my flow. I didn't feel like I was being fancy. I was just playing. And so I didn't compromise. And it wasn't for everybody. Like, it really wasn't. Like, I get frowned upon by some people. But some
Question,
people,
real quick. Did you compromise by taking a role to come off the bench? Because like you
yeah,
could have been a starter on so many teams, brother.
I did. I did that part. And I'll get to that in a second. But I
Okay.
didn't want to compromise my actual game because I felt like I was representing everybody who didn't get a chance to make it but had similar style games on the playground. And so with that, I'm thankful that you rock with it. Um, on the second part, the Hall of Fame, I think I'm in the Hood Hall of Fame, and for me, that's enough. To be honest,
All
like,
hood first team.
yeah, like I
All
can
hood
go
first team.
any
Chris, I
hood,
told you about all hood
go
first team.
any
There's a
hood.
hood Hall of Fame too.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. When I my last year in Phoenix, my last full year, me and TJ Warren, he's like, man, they don't know you out here. So there's ball boys, usually they hood ball boys all over the country, right? And so I go up to him, I'm like, yo, where you from? He's like, man, I'm from Fifth Ward. We in New Orleans. I say, can I go in the hood? Jamal Crawford in the hood. Come on, man. And then TJ start cracking. I said, I told you, T, I'm good in any hood. And for me, that's enough. That you guys rock with me. So I appreciate that. And
Yeah,
then there should be a spot for a 6 man. There was years that I thought I should have made the All-Star. I thought
there we go.
Will should have made the All-Star for
The
sure.
Sweet
So
Pea.
and it's crazy because they ask you to compromise and sacrifice on one end, but then they say, "Oh, you ain't starting on your team. We can't put you in the All Star game on the other end." So
Let's go.
it is what it is. But hopefully in the future, we may not be here to see it, but hopefully in the future it gets to that point.
What
And
about
then
Rodney's
Rodney,
jump shot?
I can't help him with that,
You
but he
can't.
helps us. He helps us with the stats, and he helps us with the game. And I love talking the hoop game with him because he
Yeah,
got a
he
high
in here
level
right
IQ.
now.
That's my
He in
guy.
here
That's my
listening,
guy.
man.
Let
That's
me.
But
my guy.
thank
You
you,
already know.
Chris. You are the GOAT. Everybody follow Hoop Spaces. You see what he doing, man. He is a national treasure. We appreciate you, Chris, and Eid Mubarak to my Muslim brothers and sisters. I hope y'all all have a nice day. Thank you, Jamal.
Even
No doubt.
bar. Fuck
Thank you.
that guy. Follow up question. When we get the Jamal Crawford trophy for the 6 Man of the Year award, are we getting a jump shot or a crossover?
Oh, I got to be doing the cross. I
That's
got
what I
to.
like.
I got
All
to be
right.
doing the cross. Yeah, I got to. Yeah, from the hood to Hollywood, I got to be doing the cross. That just got to be. There's
All right.
no, there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
All right. So I'm bringing Guru up. You know him. You work with him. I got him coming up, but I got some other hands in here before we get to Guru. I'm gonna go as fast as I can. Everybody, appreciate y'all and all your patience. We'll go next to we'll go up top. We got Saged Up, EK. I got Manny. I got Pickup, Sam, Ashley, Unpopular. That's Jamaica Man and Joel. Man, there's a lot of people. How long you got, Jamal? I don't want to take up all your
No,
time.
no, I'm good. I got like another
Okay.
15, 20 minutes. I'm good.
All right, cool. So then I'm gonna be able to get 2 more people up, y'all. And this is what we're gonna do. Who was third in 3-point made shots this year? Third place, 3-point made shots. First two
Buddy
people
He.
to get it right.
Buddy
Uh
He.
you already up on stage, man. Like you were see now I gotta ask another question.
Come
All
on, Chris.
right.
Don't do that to me, Chris. I know my stuff.
For the ones who aren't on stage, give me the player behind Tyus Jones in assist to turnover ratio. Yeah, that one you can't Google easily. We'll go to Saged up next. Sage, what you got?
Oh man, good morning, Jamal. I just had
Morning.
a couple questions for you. One is what are your thoughts on the comments about NBA players being more natural to fit in the NFL? How do you feel about that? And my second question was, I love that you're in the coaching game. I know that you have so much to get back. What are some things that you're seeing that coaches are doing that you wish they weren't doing? That you've been seeing too often of now that you've been coaching for a good amount of time now.
The first part, I haven't seen the comment. You said NBA players are more naturally fit to play in the NFL.
They're saying that like Paul George came out and said that it'd be easier for NBA players to go to the NFL than it would be for NFL players to come to the NBA. I believe the comment was.
I think skill wise, I think basketball players are the most skilled guys on earth in any sport. I just believe that. So from that standpoint, but it's a different beast to get up every single week and take the contact those guys take and the heart it takes. And like, I'm not about to try to stop Marshawn Lynch running in front of me. Like, it's not, I'm not running across the middle with, you know what I'm saying? Like Ray Lewis there, that's not happening. So for me, I think skill wise, yeah, but I don't necessarily agree because I think it takes a different level of contact, mental toughness, physical toughness to do that to your bodies with football. So I got so much respect for them as well. And then for coaches, what I'm seeing, to be honest with you, is, and it bothers me, and I hope to change or be part of the change for the culture in that AAU world, is they're factoring wins over development. They're factoring a win may not be you winning the game. A win may be your kids being their right age, playing their right grade, and losing the game, but actually getting better and developing. I think, that part of it is missing. I think it's whatever it takes. we'll fly this dude in from here. We'll fly this dude in from here just to say we beat you guys. Like, nah, you're going to see me with the same team, win, lose, or draw, because I understand the big picture in this and really caring about the kids getting better. And they may not, show the results playing for me, but hopefully down the road, they'll be better basketball players because they learn the right way to do things and playing the right way and learn to enjoy team success and playing with other good players and not just saying, oh, I did this. I got a mixtape. We down by 30 and I'm 15 playing against 12-year-olds, but I'm killing. You know what I mean? So for me, I just see the big picture and I see it a lot in the AAU.
I appreciate that, Jamal. Thank you so much.
No
All
doubt.
right. We got the two winners. Breeze is up here. The other winner is Brill. They were the first two who answered the question correctly. It's Monte Morris. Congratulations. Appreciate you, Sage. I'm going to move you off the stage so I can move Brill up here. And then that'll end it, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, just because of time, we won't be able to get to everybody this time. But you know what that means? All that means is you need to shoot Jamal a follow because the dude is everywhere. Not only on NBA on TV, not only here. You can catch him on the Old Man with the Three. What other like you've been on like 5 podcasts, dude. Like, what
Damn,
else you got?
Patrick, you know what's crazy? I think I'm gonna do my own. I really do.
Wait,
I think I'm gonna do my own. It's probably time. I probably got to do it, but I got to do it different.
What I tell you a year ago?
You said it. You said it. You called it
He
out a year ago.
definitely told you a year ago.
He did say it a year ago. It's probably time. And maybe I'm speaking out of turn because I ain't really went through the whole thing yet, but it's just in my mind and my heart. I might have to do this.
You know I'm here for you, right?
The hood needs
Yeah,
it.
I know. Definitely.
The hood needs it,
For sure.
please.
Let me get EK up here, and his question will go to Manny after that. Brill, I got you coming up next. Everybody else, unfortunately, you can put your hands down. If we get a player that pops in here that might want to chime in, but we'll bring them up as well because there's a couple players down there. And yes, I know you're on your burner because I know what some of your burners are. It's all good, man. Like, just get on your real shit and come on up. Now watch. No one wants to do it. All right, EK, what you got?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Chris, for bringing me up. Jamal, been a big fan, man. Thank you so much for stopping in. Just a really quick question. With this year's playoffs kind of kicking off and starting off, which player in the playoffs currently reminds you of you when you played? Because obviously the game now is riddled with so many amazing shot making and shot creating guards. I just wanted to know, when you're watching these various playoff games, who do you see out there that kind of reminds you of you when you played?
That's a great question. I think now more than ever, skills are so much are so like a part of the game. So for me, I could look at somebody and see something that they did. Like I may see a Bones Highland and be like, oh, okay, that looks familiar. That reminds me of something. Or I may say Malik Monk and be like, oh, okay, that reminds me of something like that I would do. So it's amazing because there's skilled guys all over the league. And we get a chance to see them at their best on the brightest stages. And a lot of times, like in the playoffs, we know each other's plays as good as anybody. So it comes down to just making something happen. And that's when you see the magic happen. That's when you see what's real. I love the fact that we're not seeing a bunch of 40-point games like we did in the regular season, because now the points really mean something. And I wasn't even a defensive player. I couldn't play defense at all. But I still want to see if my offense really worked. I want to see if against the best defense. So now that everybody's scoring in the regular season, it's easy. You get 30, you get 40, you get 50. Like 70s become the new 50. You know what I mean? Like if people were scoring 40 and 50 so much, it was like, oh, you got to get 70 to get some like love for what you're doing. But I love the fact that it's getting to the point where now every point matters. And people talk about the mid range. Look now, all mid ranges are winning the playoff games for the most part. So I just love seeing real basketball again, but I see a couple guys like that every now and then that remind me of myself.
I like that, Bones Highland.
Yeah, Bones is actually a very good comparison. I was thinking of that, but I wanted to see what Jamal said. But yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'll let everybody else get their questions in. Thanks, Chris.
No doubt.
Appreciate it, EK. When it comes to Bones, man, what would you tell him to work on? Because like the talent is there. I see it flash, and then just like I see it flash, he just takes the foot off the gas.
Right. Well, Bones, I think he just needs to continue to listen to the OGs over there, continue to establish yourself, but still continue to be a part of the group. And I think for the thing that really makes a special six man, I was talking to Malcolm Brogdon about this yesterday, is most guys are like, oh, he's a bucket. But that don't mean you got to shoot every time. Like it may call for you to go get 3 buckets in a row. Then it may be 3 assists in a row. I think being that guy, he just has to bring that constant energy, bring that fearlessness, bring that swagger. I think when you do that, it gives your teammates swag, it gives them confidence. But I think he's found a home, to be honest with you, and I think that stability is going to help him long term. So he needs that stability, and he needs to play for someone who believes in him and who rocks with him. And not saying they didn't in the past, but obviously it didn't end well. I think he has that now, and if he could stay there and continue to grow, I think you'll see the best Bones.
All right, I love it. I'm going to try to get Guru back. It looks like he had to do something for work. We'll go to Manny next, and then Unpopular Podcast. We got Joel, the Dutch Nuts fan, Sam on the ones and twos, and then the two winners, Lace and Brill. All right, Manny, it's your shot. What you got?
Appreciate you, Jamal. Appreciate you, Chris, for allowing me. Love the game. Watch you growing up. Big fan. All I have to ask is, what do the Grizzlies have to do in order to close out this series? And what jazz tune gets you calm or like relaxed when you listen regarding jazz? That's my question.
All right. The first part, I think the Grizzlies, if they can play faster, I think whenever they play fast against a older team, so to speak, it bodes well for them. I think they have it figured out whether Ja plays or not, just from the standpoint that Ja and Tyrese are so different from each other. It's like almost two different teams, right? And they played a ton of games without Ja over the last couple of years. So I think they need to get up and down the court and try to get easy baskets. And then on the Jazz tip, that's funny you said that because you came in. You remember them calls in the radio station? I like to do a special dedication.
Yeah.
You came in so smooth
My,
that you almost threw me off my square, but I'm back. Jazz for me, I like Najee. He's really good. He's really smooth. He got a couple cuts with Eric Roberson that I like. I think he's kind of the last one I kind of played that I kind of feel.
I greatly appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to your podcast. The Hood needs it.
Appreciate We're gonna speak it into existence. Appreciate that.
Yeah, now you're going to get it every time, man. Now they're going to be like,
Yeah,
where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
I'm out here dropping stuff on spaces with you, dog. I ain't even talked about.
I feel you. I forgot pickup card game. This is my apologies, everybody. This is my friend She. He is a dope man. And why is he dope? Because much like Jamal here, he's about the kids. He's about the children. He loves the kids so much so that the love for the kids created a trading card game based on the sport we hear talking about right now that we all love, basketball. It's called the pickup card game. You can pick up your copy over at slamgoods.com. Use promo code HoopSpaces, save 15%. Pick up. You're on.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jamal. Jamal, last time we met was in 2019 at the Rotary Basketball Club. I don't think most people know how much time you spend with the youth, coaching people up. So congrats to you on the Rookie of the Year and Paulo Banchero, a Seattle guy. Yeah, a bunch of guys like DeJounte Murray, Kevin Porter Jr. come out of Seattle. My question for you is, who's next coming out of Seattle? What player is next to be your next big star?
That's a great question.
See now, because he's got to be careful now. He's
Yeah,
gonna
I
make
gotta.
somebody right now.
Nah. Right, I gotta go. I gotta go to my older kids because right now we got younger ones that are like juniors and seniors.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say right now the next one that's up on deck is Jalen Stewart. He's going to the University of Connecticut. He played in the USA games. He's 6'7". He went to Garfield High School, coached by Brandon Roy. So he'll be one of the next ones. And then after that, we got a ton of like younger kids, 14, 13, 12 coming up. But he'll be the next one that'll get his first crack at it for sure.
Appreciate you, Jamal. Thank
No
you.
doubt. Thank you.
That was a see. This is what I love about being able to talk with people like Jamal, because you never know what question you're gonna get, but he answers it perfectly like every time.
No.
Like no training either. Like zero training. Dude wakes up with greatness, like in his.
No. That's you. Shout out to my guy
See,
Ricky in
look,
the building.
flattery.
Rick,
Ricky's here.
Gonna be all right, Rick. You guys will
All
be
right.
all right.
All right, appreciate you. Pick up. We'll go to unpopular opinions next. We got Jamaica Man, then we got Ashley Baker. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow Ashley Baker, Sports After Dark. That's all I got to say. There you go. Go ahead, Jamaica Man.
Peace. Appreciate it. What's up, Jay Crossover, man?
Good.
Appreciate what you're doing for us today. Two-part question. Dame was at that Brooklyn Philly game last night. Should we overthink that, or
Nah,
is
don't
that
read into it. See,
okay?
see, I knew that was coming.
Hey, got
Don't
to,
read
man. It's
into it.
PDX business over here. I'm like, all right, we riding for him, but is he stepping out to show us, hey, man, I could do this too?
Nah, I think
Part one.
to be honest with you, I think Dame was in town on some other business. If you look at my guy Nate Jones on the NBA, they stopped by Spike Lee's. I think I don't know. Spike Lee took him on a tour somewhere, so I think they were
Oh,
on
okay.
some other business. He just happened. I didn't mean to burst your bubble. My fault. But he was
Nah,
in town
no verbal
on
bust at
business.
all. I'm just
All
keeping
right.
it 100 with you. Just
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to know.
yeah. Nah, I
Second
think he was.
part, question, right? You have a great pro-am, and I'm from a great area that creates athletes in DC. You guys don't get enough credit. I tweeted it to you, but just for the record, man, do you all see Jay Crossover going on the road and possibly having invitationals against the Goodman League? I know you Gilbert probably put you onto that, but we would love to see that because we top five grassroots development with putting players in the league, but so are y'all, and you all don't get credit. How do you feel about that?
That'd
We're
be
gonna
dope. Oh, my bad.
keep. Just want to add here. You're getting a lot of questions about the crossover this year. So go ahead and dive into that. Like French wants to know what's up with it too.
Yeah, so we kick off in July. Always, we have obviously the pros, and we've added a women's division where they can be featured as well, and we added a kids division. So when you come in the pro am, first off, it's free for everybody. It always will be. And when you come, it's for the family. So you could bring somebody to watch a little brother playing, you could watch a sister playing, and then you can watch the pros play. So we have something for every single person out there. Come all day, hang out. It starts in July. It's every single weekend at Seattle Pacific University. And the greatness of the pro am is you never know who you're going to see. Like you don't know who you're going to see. We've seen LeBron James, we've seen Kevin Durant, we've seen Kobe Bryant, we've seen Chris Paul, we've seen Blake Griffin, we've seen all these guys, and you never know. You've seen Kyrie Irving, you don't know who you're going to see, and we usually don't announce until the night before, unless it's LeBron. You got to do it a couple nights, right? But besides that, like we love that everybody is so engaged, and for us, we look at it like the kids who love a Kyrie Irving have never really even seen him in person because we don't have the Sonics. So they have to drive 3 hours to Portland if they're lucky enough or blessed enough to be able to do that. Or they play him on 2K or they watch him on TNT. Like there's no in between. And so I ask the kids in the community who they want to see. And anybody knows me knows I hate asking anybody for anything, but I'll ask the people the kids who they want to see, and I'll try to go get those people, whoever it is. And then those guys, the Jason Tatum, they're very gracious. And they're like, yeah, I'm coming to hoop. And then when they come and they feel that energy and love, they can tell it's a person that have never seen maybe another NBA player besides the local guys in person before. And they feel that energy. They're like, man, this moment was bigger than just me coming to hoop. And so this year we'll focus on the young stars. We'll have a lot of young stars coming out, some of the better young ones in the league. That's who the kids really want to see right now. And I'm working on another big fish that's been in the league for a while. I'm not going to say his name, but we'll try to get him out as well. And we're always up to make it happen if it makes sense. For us, usually Fridays are the best day to play because our stuff happens on the weekend. So if the Goodman League could probably schedule a Friday game, we could try to make it happen. But we're always open for that. We played the Drew League like that. We played in Canada. We played in Portland like that. And we were talking like Miami and other places. So we're always open for that.
Okay. Say less. I'll get it done.
For sure.
All right, there you go. Appreciate you. All right, quick break of questions. I brought somebody up. I said I wasn't going to bring anyone else up, but I did, and then they bounced. And I'm hoping they come back because this was actually a high school basketball player who wanted to ask a question about recruiting, and I thought that would be a good opportunity. Unfortunately, he probably had to go back into class. Which, if you're listening on the recording. Here's my tip to you. They're going to want to look at those transcripts, all right? Basketball is cool. Basketball is life. Grades matter too. There, come back up here. Hey, I have to, man. I'm a single dad.
Got to.
I every day with my kid. We'll go to Ashley Baker, Sports After Dark, 1340 a.m., one of the DMV's best covering sports. Ashley, it's good to see you again.
What's up, Chris? Jamal, nice to meet you.
Nice to
Um,
meet you.
yeah, what's going on, HoopSpaces? Listen, once again, I'm coming in here, Chris, and I don't feel like there's been enough Wizards talk. Did you talk Wizards today, Chris?
Why would I talk about the
You see what
Wizards
I'm
today?
saying? That's what I'm talking about. It's
Like, well,
not
this is
enough
wait.
Wizards
This is
talk.
why. You want to know why? Because they
Off
about to
record.
fire a good coach to go on a quest to get a coach who's going to go coach in Houston.
Don't you assume what they're going to do. Yeah, we moved away from, my boy. This is what I want to ask Jamal about. But with me and you, we're going to talk on the side because it needs to be more Wizards hoop talk spaces, okay? Jamal, hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Listen, you see that we parted our ways, the Wizards parted ways with Tommy Shepard, with KP, with Kuz, with Bill. I got two questions for you. I'm gonna be quick though. With KP, with Bill, with Kuz, tell me, what do you think the next step for the Wizards are to really be in contention next season? Y'all can stop with the laughing emojis. I'm talking Wizards here. This is serious business.
Serious business.
Serious business, Jamal.
Um, to be
You
honest
why
with you,
you taking too long to
because
answer?
if, cause if
What was the breath for? You gotta be kidding
because
me.
if I'm being honest, they kind of overachieved this year. They had a better year than I thought they would have, and they still. Do you think that's the playoff team next year? Like a bona fide, not playing top 8 playoff team next year? The way it's constructed.
No, they definitely need some pieces for
So
sure.
what they need? You tell me what you think they need. Oh, okay.
Defense
You
for
took
What
the
was
same
one.
that
breath I
breath
did.
for? Why
Okay,
are
go
you
for it. It's good.
sighing?
It's good. We both taking breaths. It's all good. Go ahead.
Defense, okay, fine. Defense for one. They need defense. I'm upset because West came in with the defensive mindset when he came in to coach, and that completely just went to shit. Sorry for my language, right? We need some shooters. We need some more playmakers. We need some pieces. Jamal, you right?
Oh, you said you need everything, so we just gonna leave the Wizards out of this, man, because
Wow,
it's
that's crazy.
looking
All
cool.
right, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. My second question to you: are you a football fan? Because I love me
Seahawks.
some NBA, but Chris
I
know I
only
love me
got
some
eyes for the
NFL.
Seahawks. That's it.
Right. So dang, because I was gonna ask you who was winning the Super Bowl and why is it the Cowboys?
It ain't the Cowboys. Why
What
do you
is
do this
cool?
to yourself?
Yeah, I don't know if
Cool.
it's the Cowboys.
All
Why do
right.
you do this to
The
yourself?
Cowboys got that blind faith though. Their fans they ride or die, don't they?
Yeah.
They like Laker fans.
Yeah, we gonna ride. We gonna ride. We with them shooting in the gym for sure. All
Yes.
right. Well, Seahawks fan. I'm not. Good luck. Good luck as a Seahawks fan.
All right.
And,
Thank
and thanks for answering the question for me. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you.
you.
Awesome. Hey, this is gonna be the last question, y'all. Last question. And it's gonna go to Joel, the Dutch Nets fan, because he is 6 hours
Seriously.
ahead. Seriously, Sam, I got to. He's 6 hours ahead in Europe, bro. Like,
Oh, we got to show Europe some love.
Yeah, appreciate it. Hi, Jamal. So I'm still devastated that you got hurt when you were playing for us. I love to be able to see what you could have done for us, but that's how it works, unfortunately, sometimes.
Hold on, hold on, hold
Um,
on. And us is in Brooklyn,
yeah.
man.
yeah.
Hey, that it don't work like that. That was the weight room. That was all that was. I ain't never lifted weights in my life. I went in there trying to be a good Samaritan and lift weights, and that's what took me out. So, yeah, it's
Uh,
crazy. It's crazy.
it's forever a shame, man. It is. So what I wanted to ask you, right, because we're talking international basketball, and I also want to quickly say I'm working on a streetball documentary about this guy who's fighting the city of Frankfurt, Germany, to get some courts renovated. I would love to talk to you about that anywhere. But my question is, more and more players are saying that it's easier to score in the NBA than it is in FIBA basketball, right? And you saw Greg Popovich saying, no KD, no gold, he said, right? When it came to was it the World Cup or the Olympics? So what do you think for the Olympics next year? Do the United States actually need to fear any team? And do you believe in the Team World, Team USA? Who would win?
Well, the first part, I do believe it's easier to score now. To be honest with you, I think it's just if you can dribble the ball, right, and you can shoot the ball, you're unguardable because the contact you can't physically defend anybody without touching them. So that's a foul. So you score there. And then the shooting is at a premium. And now guys are encouraged. You see guys taking 18 threes in a game. If you shoot that many threes, even if you make 6 of them, that's 18 points. So scoring is a lot easier. And it's encouraged. Like, we're not really putting the emphasis on defense. And that's what bothers me when so many people are like, yeah, but that guy don't play defense. He's not in the league for that. Well, nobody's really playing defense. We got 150 to 140 games in regulation. And then with the world games and the world teams, I think the more they can put pieces that actually fit together instead of names, I think more success they will have. Guys who are okay playing a role, guys who are okay, playing without the basketball, guys who are okay setting screens or just saying, I'm going to be a defender on this guy. I'm going to be, I think when you put a team together, especially when you play them, it's not necessarily the names that get it done. I think it's the games that fit for the style of play that's over there. And then lastly, I was talking about this with somebody. If you had to pick, if you take out like KD, LeBron, Curry, let's say, we fast forward 3 or 4 years, and you have to pick 5 guys from the world versus 5 guys from the USA. So you could pick for the world, SGA, Luca, Joker, Embiid, and I'm missing something.
Wembley, maybe.
Right. And then you go for the USA. Yeah, then you may have Wembanyama coming, right? And then you go for the USA. I think that part, the world would give us problems, to be honest with you, if we just did 5 guys. But as a team, I'm USA, so I'm hoping they get it figured out.
All right, appreciate it, Jamal.
No doubt, for
All
sure.
right. Now I know this is gonna suck for Lace and for Brill and for Sam, but like that's time. We're already over time. We are, and then I want to say thank you to Jamal for being gracious, being able to stay a little bit extra longer. When anytime you need me for anything, you can just hit me up, and I'm there for you, Jamal.
You as well. You already know.
All right. Hey, have a great day. Everybody make sure you watch NBA on TNT, and when you see it, make sure you let TNT know that they need to keep Jamal and make him, buku money, right? And by the way, we'll talk offline too, because I want to make sure that I can get maybe a IT2 some coin too.
For sure, no doubt.
All right.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you for tapping in, all y'all. We got to do this again.
All right, we will. Appreciate you, Ma. Everybody, NBA on TNT, Rookie of the Year, Jamal Crawford, future Hall of Famer. Sorry that you guys couldn't get the questions, man, but time is time. Lace, Sam, Brill, and go ahead. Y'all can make fun of me and yell at me now.
Hey man, yeah, this is some old bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie, I Googled my way here. I Googled here, you know what I'm saying? I texted Breeze. Breeze knew the answer off the top, but like, yo, like so when Jamal, like when he fucked up and gave the answer to the first one, I was like, say less. Like now I got time to already be on Google. I had my shit ready.
Oh,
You
see,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I
okay.
had the keyboard ready to go, the search bar was loaded up, all that shit, man. I got there right away. I see the first link. I'm like, oh, let me double check. Tyus Jones #1. I'm like, this gotta be right. Monte fucking Morris. Yes, sir. And I hit you.
So what you telling me is I have to ask a harder question.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do all that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever makes me a winner, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's all love, man. I appreciate you trying to squeeze us up here, last minute, like dead ass. Like that was dope of you. Some great discourse. But us as Knicks fans, we definitely should have had our right. Some DC questions. It was crazy, Ashley.
That was some craziness, but it's good craziness because like DC needs love too.
Yeah, but the Cowboys, come on, yo, like the whole thing. She took up too much. Ashley, hey, Ashley, I'm blaming you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna blame Chris. I'm gonna blame Ashley for real. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
And by the way, like there's a lot of people asking me in the DMs, like, yo, you really let a Wizards question? Like, you do realize that the man covers basketball now as a living. Like, if he can't answer a question about the Wizards, like, what are we doing? Breeze, what's up?
Some questions don't need
Now
to be
you
answered, man.
now you know damn well that was messed up, Chris. You know damn well that was messed up. My icon is orange and blue. He was the only reason I wasn't catching strays when I was an early young Knicks fan. You feel me? And you ain't gonna let me ask my questions to ask about some damn rebuilding Wizards. Ashley, I just followed you. I'm gonna unfollow you and then follow you back so you know the bullshit that you just asked just now, Ashley. You asked the only bullshit, but it's okay. It's all right though. I appreciate you, Chris. And yes, I was hype I got up there because I knew it was Monte Morris. That's basketball IQ right there. That boy don't turn the ball over. That's basketball IQ right there. But shout out to you, Chris. Appreciate you trying.
Yeah, I tried. I'm also late for a call myself. I was supposed to start at 1:30. Hopefully I can pop up in there. Sam, man, I owe you. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. Everybody treat family the worst. That's
Let
just
me
what it
let me
is
get
in the
that
world.
slam goods code, Chris. Something gotta happen. Something gotta happen, man.
Yeah, well,
Something
you
gotta
can use
happen.
you can use the Slam Goods code any day of the week and twice on Sundays. HoopSpaces. Just go to slamgoods.com, put something in your inbox, and as long as it's not one of the custom made T-shirts, we want those artists to get all their money, right? Because like that's what they do. Use the promo code HoopSpace, save 15%. Like it's dope. It's worth it. Go spend some coin. Make me look good so that I can get Jamal here again and maybe
Hell
another
yeah.
player.
Yo, Chris, I'm really not tripping for real though, because Jamal did space back in September, and I was able to get up there, and I was bugging the fuck out. I was mad hype, but I did have a follow up question based on that, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty damn disappointed. Pretty damn disappointed, but you're gonna make it up. I trust in you, man. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Appreciate you. All right, that's it, everybody. Sorry for those who missed it. Shoot a follow. We'll have more in the future. Trust me. Peace out.